What's up, guys, and welcome back to another video. In this video, we're going to be going over all of the super rare discs that I have on my wall, along with the super rare disc that I have in my bag. Alright, guys, so that is right. I'm going to be going over each and every single one of these discs and kind of a story behind each one of them. I feel like disc golf disc collections can kind of be whatever they want. And, some people might have some A.B. Lunas or some signed Paul McBeth, super rare 4-time buzzes. If you can't tell, I love Discraft. But I feel like a lot of disc golf collections are kind of like that. And we don't get to see people's personal disc golf collections, as this is kind of my personal disc golf collection. I do have a couple of rare discs, I would say, but it's a lot more personable with some stories and kind of my disc golf journey along with it. So let's just get into it. So the very first disc that I'm going to talk about is this disc here. I think you guys just have to subscribe. I think that's what this disc means. My girlfriend made this for me for Christmas this last year, and it is so sick. We got the YouTube logo along with Riley Rankin Disc Golf. So if you guys haven't already, subscribe to the channel. I promise we're going to be getting some actual disc golf content out there. It is just pitch black out when I get off of work and there's snow on the ground. So subscribe to the YouTube channel, please and thank you. So that's the first one there, but I do have a couple other discs down here that I wanted to start with. So this guy here is a signed Chris Clemens disc. This is actually one that his first year on Discraft, which was this last year, he signed at the Titan Open for me. And it's kind of cool the way he signs his disc. He kind of has like a saw dude with the Chris Clemens signature there. So kind of a cool rare disc signed by Chris Clemens. And then if you guys haven't already checked out my most popular video, I did actually get to play a practice round at Fountain Hills with Gannon Burr. Super long story. You guys are going to have to check out that video. But I actually got a signed PD2 by him and actually have it in the bag currently. So really sick disc there. And then another really cool disc that I have in my bag is a super pop toppy 171 Emperor signed by Anthony Bedanza. There's a lot of footage out there of him actually throwing this specific disc, especially in the Creators Challenge. He actually threw it on hole 17 when he threw that really sick shot on the left-hand side and basically put them in perfect position. I actually caddied for him at the Des Moines Challenge, and he was giving away all of his disc in his bag at the end of the tournament, and I was lucky enough to get this bomber. I mean, it definitely goes to that extra 25 feet that people talk about. Super glidey. All right, and next we'll kind of hopefully get through them as quick as we can, but I got a lot of stories to tell with each and every one of them. So sit back, go grab a cold beverage, I guess, and let's get after it. So this guy here really doesn't have any throwing meaning behind it, but it is my Brookwood Hole 7 CTP Ace. This is my very first Ace. This isn't my disc, but I got the CTP disc from it. Actually lost the disc. Definitely one of those discs that, you'd probably pay $500 to get back. But I have the CTP disc, and that's kind of the only memory I have of it. But yeah, Ballista Pro, just a CTP disc. Like I said, this collection's not going to be, I feel like, what a lot of people think it would be with, like the rarity of disc, but a lot of just like, I don't know, kind of cool just to see what people have on their wall too. But a disc, an Ace disc that I do have on the wall is this really sick Buzzo S shot. I actually aced hole 7 with it at Island Park. The very first shot I ever threw on the hole, I actually aced with it. And I think I've only birdied it like a couple other times because it's just such a tight gap, and it's a really cool hole. But I do have an Ace disc, and it is on the wall. The next disc I have here, this one's actually a crazy story, is a Pier from my first Trilogy Challenge that I played. And funny enough, I actually didn't even finish the hole on the Trilogy Challenge. Played it up in Waukon, Iowa, and had a really bad experience with just some people there, and it was I mean, when was this? A couple of years ago, I think now. And I was playing with my little brother, and I tried to be cool and throw a really far shot, and I lost my disc on the very first shot on the right hand side. And people were just playing through us. They had no care in the world to come help me find the disc. I don't know. It just kind of put a bad taste in my mouth, but it's kind of one of those stories that kind of have to have up on the wall, and a disc that I don't know. We just have up on the wall because of that story. So we got a good old Pier, super rare disc. I think there's only like a couple of them in the world. So I know there's a lot of them. And this next disc is kind of that same thing. This is a Dynamic Disc Defender. A lot of good stories with this disc. This Side of Heaven, and we also played Towering Oaks, which some people reference it as This Side of Hell, which is that secondary course that they're playing actually this year at Jonesboro Open. I had a really bad experience with it. I played it twice, and I'm just still on the edge of it. They definitely cleaned it up from the first time I played with it, but I actually played a collegiate event down there. I'll pop up that video up here. Really cool video. We got to play the Jonesboro course, so really cool. And they got us these really sick disc here. I actually threw this on one of the holes there, and I was told it was overstable. Didn't throw it before the round. Probably should have. And let me tell you, I threw it into a slight headwind, and it flipped up and over. Probably one of the craziest bogeys of my life. But yeah, did it with this disc. So yeah. Next disc, my boy Travis wants really bad. I got a College Disc Golf 2024 Buzz. Super stable guy. It's in orange and super flat, and it's a really good disc. I've actually never thrown it, but College Disc Golf is definitely a lot of fun, and we got a couple of videos coming out and kind of my thoughts on College Disc Golf. So stay tuned for those videos, but this is one of the player pack discs that they gave out. And yeah, one I just wanted to have up on the wall for some keepsake. And the next disc I have on the wall is another Buzz, surprisingly, and it's the Rumble 2024 Buzz. This is actually the first A tier I ever played. I stayed at my boy Xander's house and didn't play the greatest. I think I shot +9 at C2, and then went out to Haven Hills. I think I shot +1, which at the time was my highest rated round at, I believe, 972-ish. And then I shot like +9 again at C2. So just another one of those memorabilia discs that you got to have on the wall. And then we're starting to get to some cooler disc here. So I believe this is an FD, I believe. Yeah. I'm really smart with disc, as many of you guys know. But this is actually my first win disc at the Iowa Amateur Championships in 2024. Hard to think that it's already 2 years ago almost coming up here. But yeah, this is my first win. I'll pop up a video or a picture here. You guys are going to have to go check out that vlog for kind of the full story. But my first win disc, got to throw it on the wall. Then I have the next disc I have here is a DGA disc. Not 100% sure on what disc it is. It's super flat, but this is when I played the Des Moines Challenge, kind of a really sick stamp that they have there. If you can't tell, my favorite color is orange. I guess you can't really tell up here, but really cool Des Moines Challenge. Really just, I think it was the second or third A tier that I ever played, and I'm from Iowa, so kind of just have to represent, but just another memorabilia disc. And the next disc I have here is the Titan Open 2024 Super Domey Buzz. I've thrown it once, and it's super, super flippy. Kind of just another one of those memorabilia discs that you got to have on the wall. Couple low lights that I had of this tournament is I remember shooting really, really bad at Shaver and kind of sort of decent at Penn. And then I shot really, really well at Wildcat. And that's actually when I shot my 10-10 rated round. Hard to believe that was already last year, I believe. Yeah, really cool memorabilia disc. That was kind of the last big tournament I played in 2024. And then going into 2025, as mentioned before, I got to go down and play the Memorial Championship down in Arizona. And I got this not so cool looking green disc, but it's really the only or the best Memorial Championship disc that I was able to get my hands on in the players pack. So another really cool memorabilia disc that I got here from when I went down to the Memorial Championship. So kind of cool, kind of not. And then this next disc is the College Nationals 2025 disc. We got a whole bunch of little sayings on here. I had everyone on my team kind of say what they wanted to, but at the time it was Duck and 6'7". That was Dane. If you know, you know. Good aim. Lakers in 5. Cooper wrote Benny. If you know, you know. And then Travis wrote, "You're my partner, so you're the luckiest player in the world." Travis is so lucky. And then at the time I was struggling putting, but I actually wasn't. I was on at Nationals and then I wasn't. But so I had a lot of mental cues, and one of them was spin it in there. So Hunter wrote that one. So kind of a really cool just memorabilia, another memorabilia disc from College Nationals 2025. And then we have another Disc Mania Buzz, just another cool stamp Buzz disc that I wanted to throw on the wall just to kind of have that memorabilia of kind of playing in the tournament. And I do actually have a vlog of that tournament. I'll pop up a picture here. Really good footage of that tournament. So you guys are going to have to go check out that video. And now we're kind of getting to a lot cooler actual signed disc. I kind of had a couple in the beginning, but we have a couple more here. So here is a Chris Dickerson signed Buzz, signed it right here with his PDGA number. Kind of really cool. I remember getting a signature down at the Des Moines Challenge one day. I remember I had won this disc in one of our fundraiser events, and always been a big fan of Chris Dickerson and the color orange. So I always thought it'd be cool if I could get just a single disc signed by Chris Dickerson. And then another really cool disc. This one's actually really sick. College Disc Golf 2025. Got everyone's signature on my team and a little love you from Travis. But probably one of the cooler college disc golf disc that I have. Absolutely insane. It's got the USDGC triple Mando. And yeah, really cool time. This is actually a really great feeling zone. And I wish it wasn't such a cool stamp on it because I think I would throw it. And then one of probably the most expensive discs I have on my wall is a signed disc by multiple pros. Very first time I went down to DMC. It's kind of one of those traditions. You got to try and get as many signatures as you can. But to kind of name a few, we got Chris Dickerson, Brody Smith, Big Germ. That's Philo's signature there. We got Simon Lizotte, Ezra Aderhold, Matty O, Aaron Gossage, Isaac Robinson, which was probably one of the cooler interactions that I've ever had with a pro. Really just kind of wanted to know like where we were from, and probably sat there and talked to him for 3 to 4 minutes. So that was really cool. We got Gavin Babcock, Paul Ulibarri, and then this was the year Gannon won. And for some reason, he signed it backwards compared to everyone else. So I don't know. Typical Gannon move, I guess. But yeah, that was really cool. Really cool disc. Probably one of my most favorites on the wall. Just lots of really cool memories, and kind of, I just remember being down there at the Des Moines Challenge and just trying to run around, trying to get everyone's signatures. And then this is also goes along with that PD2, but Gannon gave me this signed disc that he had in his bag for hopping in the water for him at Fountain Hills. You guys are going to just have to go check out that video. I think it's pinned on my YouTube page, but really cool signed putter by Gannon. And then another really cool disc that I have here is a Captain's Raptor that I used to have in the bag for a very long time. And then we were down at College Nationals, and Paul Ulibarri was actually there. He kind of had a class or like a coaching session with all of the college guys there on putting, which was really, really cool. and we actually got a signature there. So really cool disc to have on the wall. And then another cool disc that I have that I actually won at the Titan Open. We were playing the Ring of Fire, I think they call it, and I probably won one of the better discs on the wall. I won the Ring of Fire, and there's probably like 50 people out there playing. So that was really cool. I'm not 100% sure actually who all signed this one, but looks like Paul Ulibarri, Ezra Aderhold, Simon Lizotte, Adam Hammis, Brody Smith. I don't know, you guys are going to have to see that top name on the top of the disc there, and then I'll have to look up this person's PDGA number. I'll pop it up here. Really cool. First time I've ever won like Ring of Fire, I think is what they call it, and came out with a really sick disc. So that's pretty cool there. And then the last disc I've got on the wall here is Waverly Disc Golf Club. Really sick stamp that Billy was able to put together for me, but it says second place, advanced division, and this was for the first part of the overall scores. And I'll actually go grab this disc here. It's actually a clock, and like I said, this was for the first session, and this was for the overall scores, and actually got first place overall, and got this really sick clock that was put together. So really, really cool. Like I said, my collection is probably not like most. I don't got a lot of super expensive discs that I know some of my buddies have, but just very memorabilia type of collection that I've put together. I mean, I'm not saying I wouldn't like to get my hands on like a 4-time Buzz or an AB Paul Luna. I think that would be really, really cool, and I'm sure they hold a lot of value, but that's just a collection or type of niche I haven't really gotten into yet, at least in disc golf. As some of you guys know, I absolutely love disc and like naming and telling you what type of disc they are. That's my wall of disc. You guys are gonna have to let me know what you guys thought of kind of my disc wall and disc collection, I guess you can say, in the comment section down below. Very long format, very me talkative, and me kind of telling stories about discs. So thank you guys for staying tuned this long. I really, really, really do appreciate it. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, the like button. Just do all the YouTube things. Comment down below. And yeah, until next time, you guys already know the drill. Be nice to yourself. What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. If you guys haven't watched my other video yet of my DMC vlog, that video is getting absolutely no views because YouTube's being a pain, and they said the music I used in it is copyrighted, but I've used it in other videos before and never got copyrighted. I have like the copyright script and everything that I have legal rights to use it, and yeah, they're being a pain about it, so it's not getting pushed at all. In my opinion, it's probably one of my most favorite and best edited videos. So if you guys haven't checked it out, go check it out. I'm getting absolutely no credit or like watch hours for it, unfortunately, but it's a great video. But I'm just gonna leave this one out here for you guys. There's gonna be no music, no copyright, obviously. It's just gonna be my Southwood round, so round 2 of DMC. I definitely don't play the greatest, but I do commentate over my round. So you guys are gonna have to let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think of that. And yeah, I'm just gonna roll right into it. All right, guys, we're out here for day number 2. We're at Southwoods today. Let's just get after it. All right, guys, we're gonna do something just a little bit different than we have done in our other videos. I'm just gonna do just a little bit of voiceover. You guys are gonna have to let me know what you think of this just in the comment section down below. We're at Southwoods today, like I said. Really good starting hole, honestly. Gotta throw Yellow Raptor, just really bad putt, and take a 3 there. Hole 2, pretty hard hole, hard one to get. A 2 on, put in a really good spot, and honestly I have a look for birdie here. And yeah, it's like short and way left. Not sure what's going on there. Tap in that putt there. And this is definitely a birdie hole. Hole 3, one you got to get. I throw the foundation destroyer and absolutely rip it. Put in a great spot. Have a little tricky approach, kind of a touchy shot here. Just got to put it close. And yeah, we put it to 15 feet here, and yeah, that was a missed putt. I don't know what's going on there. Here we have hole 4. Kind of a tricky one to get all the way up there. Get a really bad kick, and we're off to the left here. Great approach, great scramble. Kind of a little putt here and take a 3. Really hard hole here, hard one I guess to 2. Really far downhill, hole 5. Yeah, we're kind of off to the side here, and super lazy jump putt approach. No pop at all. You can see I'm frustrated to have a 32 foot putt here, and it's low and left again. We're just not getting any pop. Throwing Benny here, super excited to throw it super early. Get the Riley luck, have a jump putt here, and it's about 5 feet to the left again. That's interesting. Have a putt there, and hey, we get to throw Benny again here. Honestly, felt great out of the hand. Was definitely low. You got to push the height if you really want to put it close here, but here's an update. All right, guys, it's another really, really hot one out here. We're battling in the woods. A lot of pars out here. I don't know what's happening with the putter again. We're just slightly off. But yeah, we're just getting like absolutely no pop on the putter. I'm not 100% sure what's really going on. It's really sticky, and like my hands are like chalky and wet, and I don't know if that's the problem or what it is, but it's got to keep grinding. I think we're +1. I've had 2 or 3 birdie putts, and they're really not even close, which kind of sucks. Got to keep that on. Probably got another CT putt here, so got to keep going. All right, here's where that Benny landed. Have a pretty decent look at it here. All right, putt's definitely back. We got some snap on it there. Here we have the next hole. Pretty easy par 4 if you can hit this initial gap. We're actually throwing Benny again. A little bit different Benny. There's a little bit of water off to the left. Hit right side pretty early. Have a pro throw Benny again, and it's just dead center OB. Rides OB the entire way. So Benny's down there. I don't want to throw my other Benny. I got Luna in the hand. Kind of a saucy approach shot, honestly. For me, I'm not a good standstill, and we have this putt to save the bogey. Okay, putter's back. Let's get after the course now. Hard to do when you do that. So we're off to the side here, throwing a Raptor, 100 feet. And yeah, amazing approach shot here. Another great scramble forehand. Tap that guy in. We have a 390 foot way downhill. We're just throwing a zone, just letting it get down there and put it 100 short. So we have this jump putt here. Honestly thought I had a chance. Didn't really go anywhere. Take a par. Here we have a little tricky hole here. I like throwing the forehand here just to kind of warm up that forehand, and yeah, hit pretty early. A little tricky forehand here. Kind of have to step out, and we leave it 35 feet short. So we have this putt here. And it went in. We can just say that at least. Another really far uphill shot. Playing 450, I would say. Now we're in a scramble position again off the fairway. Throwing Stig Tomahawk. That tells you kind of where we are at. Got this putt here and hit it. So putter's feeling great after this last couple of holes. Double Mando hole, way downhill, throwing Quake. I think this one plays right around the 350, 360 range downhill. First look for birdie. Bang. Definitely not the first look for birdie, but first birdie we actually get. This hole is probably one of my favorite holes out here. Plays, kind of got to throw like a flippy fairway and put in a great spot, and that's why we had the putt. And yeah, I thought it was in out of my hands. Rolls all the way down to 30, 35 feet-ish, playing uphill. Bang. Okay, putter's feeling great. Got some momentum, and yeah, probably one of my best shots all day. It felt amazing leaving the hand. Game's feeling a lot better now. Got some snap out of that. Have this for birdie. Bang. Ask Ashley here what disc she wants me to throw. We're throwing Buzz SS, new disc in the bag. Great disc. just didn't trust it enough and put it flat. But leaves us with this putt. This is a little tricky hole here. But we kind of put it on a little bit of ante, which is pretty surprising. And then hardest hole out here, hole 17. I mean, it's like 400 feet and plays way up and to the left. It's super hard to two. Shout out Brock for getting the only 2 on the day. Have this look for birdie, but not really a look even. Just kind of pitch it up there and have this honestly nervy putt here. Hit that putt from 15 feet, and I know we need another birdie here on hole 18, and yeah, we just kind of leak it out early. Don't trust it on ante since it's been turning over. This is a very poor shot. Go look at that shot form again. I was kind of scared to hit my hand on the right side. Layup, I really wanted to throw Zeus here, but Lincoln knows what happens if I throw Zeus. You look for it for 45 minutes, and now we have this quake shot. Man, it was so far pulled to the right. Leave it to that range again, 30 to 32 feet. Car comes behind me, and bang. Putt felt great going into it, and yeah, we finished the night with some pizza with Coop. All right, so let me know what you guys thought of that commentary down below in the comment section. A little bit different, but thought I'd give it a try. Round 2 happened. I'll throw up the scorecard here. I think we ended up shooting 941, I think it was. Nothing crazy. 2 birdies, 2 bogeys. Back 9, we definitely felt some more confidence coming and kind of the game coming together, but that front 9 was kind of the same thing as yesterday. A lot of stuff coming out early and a lot of stuff coming out late. So putter was just looking really weird, and yeah, just a 941 rated. Obviously, we have a lot more potential than that, and yeah, we play Walnut tomorrow, one of my favorite courses. I shot my first 1,000 rated round. Go check out this video here where I actually won my first tournament there. Great course, like I said, by far probably a top 5 course for me. Go check out that video.